I've no idea what I'm going to say, but we'll
Well, that was a perfect start.
we'll we'll burn we'll burn that bridge when we get to it,
Well, you already did. Here we
eh?
are. We're live. Welcome to the Football
Woo!
Friends podcast, a special World Cup final edition. Well, it hasn't been that. I mean, it's special, but it's been a lot of specials in a row. So,
Well, we're quite special.
yeah, definitely. But we have
I'll
made it.
certainly, yeah.
We have made it to the end of the World Cup, and
I was quite worried about not getting through it, to be honest.
yeah, I didn't think it would end at this rate. And so, of course, Argentina are the crowned champions of the world. They've received
Yes.
the grand prize of the world. And
Wait, that receives the world.
yeah, when you
Okay,
well,
cool.
when you become the champion of something, don't you win it?
Yep. Does that
Yeah.
mean Lionel Messi is the king of the world?
I mean, hard to say.
Captain of the world?
Captain, yeah, Captain World, yep. That's
Captain Planet. Lionel Messi is Captain Planet.
yeah. See, also known as Captain America if they had got their politics a little bit better.
Well,
okay. So anyway,
that's not
enough memes. Let's start talking about the football game.
about dreams.
So, well, I suppose it is about a dream. It's about a dream of a small, some would say crippled boy who was far too short. Let's face it, he was never going to get any girls being 5 foot nothing.
Who?
Yeah. But thanks to magical surgery and sheer determination, he became the undisputed best footballer in the world and has now added
the greatest goat of all time.
Yep. Ticked off the last milestone he probably needed, and he did it at the ripe age of 35.
Well, yeah. I was going through basically all of his failures yesterday, talking with my girlfriend actually, and she was just like, "Oh, does he always win championships?" It's like, well, yeah, but he lost 3 Copa America finals, lost a World Cup final.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure Barcelona must have lost in a Champions League final or two. They've been beaten. His story is not one of unadulterated success.
That's true.
But to be the best, you must suffer at some point.
I suppose.
And of course he has. But it's an amazing story for Argentina, and we all saw them lose to Saudi Arabia and go, hang on.
You're right.
What's going on here? Going on here?
For them to lose the first match and then go on to win the whole thing like that is pretty crazy. And
it's not like they lost to someone, like if they lost to Mexico in the first game, like if Mexico was their first group game and they lost by 1 goal, you'd probably go, it's slow, it's a bad start, but they can recover from here. A lot of doomsaying after the Saudi Arabia loss.
Yeah, I mean, I was certainly part of that. I didn't think they looked very convincing. They looked pretty lackluster, but they literally got better every game they played, I think. And yeah, well, they needed to.
Well, yeah, the final itself was, goodness me, that must be one of the best final games that we've had in a good number of World Cups. I can't think of one because normally the final is honestly kind of crap.
Yeah, honestly, that final made all of the deaths worth it.
Wow.
It was good.
It was really, really, really good. See, normally, like, it's the third place playoff that is like sort of those teams play with a lot of freedom, and they play like they've got nothing left to lose. and it's just normally fun and it's
Mm.
amazing. And don't get me wrong, the third place playoff this time was awesome,
Mm.
but the final was that as well.
I know it was so insane. I'll admit, it was about 30 minutes in. Argentina were 2-0 up, and I was like, "Oh yeah, sweet, get a nice early finish." Like, but how wrong was I?
Yeah, quite wrong as it turned out.
Mm. But okay, so I suppose we should well, now I suppose we'll go through the match sort of step by step, I guess, like sort of talk our way through it.
Yep, absolutely.
So I take it you caught most of the match live.
I turned on at about half time, just after half time.
Okay. Well, first half.
Yep. Go ahead.
First half was really good from Argentina, especially. I actually think that France did not register a shot on target until Mbappe scored that penalty. So
Goodness.
So Argentina were pretty much smashing them. Like France looked like they looked like they were uninterested almost. And this was to the point where the commentators were already like trying to make excuses and stuff. Like everyone was talking about how they had the flu and it went through the changing room and that with the flu they can't be expected to play at a high level and all this stuff. All the excuses were coming out.
Got a point.
No, but I mean they it wasn't, because it literally changed when they scored that goal. They were once they were inspired, they were fine all of a sudden. So
yeah,
I think I wouldn't be saying anything about the flu in that scenario. But
yeah. So from my point of view, from like the 60th minute on, it was a very, very even game.
Certainly, yes, I think so. As soon as it was just kind of like France were playing like they were absolutely defeated already. But then once they got that goal back, they were inspired. And then when Mbappe got his second, even more so.
Oh, my God.
But we're getting ahead. So, but first half anyway, Argentina totally dominated this, without a doubt. They just, I don't know, they were just pressing France real good. And, yeah, they scored the 2 goals. First one was it was a penalty. And
did you think it was? I've seen some disagreement over that. It's quite soft.
I no, it was absolutely a penalty. I don't know what anyone would disagree on. A lot of people still don't want to believe that this match even happened, basically. But
I think a lot of people are really keen to wear their tinfoil hats, and it's not that I'm not part of that crowd, but look at like a lot of Argentina's. To be fair, a lot of penalties in this World Cup have been quite soft. Not just Argentina's.
Yeah, it's the World Cup. They love a soft penalty.
Yeah.
But this one was 100% a penalty. I don't know what anyone's talking about. Like, Ousmane Dembele just got absolutely pantsed. Angel Di Maria showed him how a real pro does it.
Showed him his pants.
Yeah, and then just Ousmane Dembele was just sort of running a bit too close to Angel Di Maria and just clipped him just enough. That's all he needed to do, and Angel Di Maria knew exactly what to do. So it was, yeah. It was definitely a penalty because he gave them one, and Angel Di Maria saw the opportunity and took it. So, I mean, I don't think you can. Yeah. So
look, yeah.
So yeah, it was certainly a penalty, and Angel Di Maria was fantastic in this game as always, showing his experience.
He always does.
Mm-hmm.
You give him the chance to star in a final, and he's going to do it.
Yeah, which is why I was quite surprised when they subbed him off later on. I think that may have been a mistake, but essentially then but getting back to this, then the second goal, which he scored, that was a work of art. That was an amazing goal. That the first two passes from I can't remember who it is. It's Messi and someone, and the way they just flick it around in that area and then just like ping it forward, and then Julian Alvarez just lays it off to Angel Di Maria like perfectly. and then he just shoots and bounces the ball over the goalkeeper. It was rude as. So
Yeah.
what a goal! That was an incredible goal, incredible team goal on the counter. Just I think after France conceded that, they felt a little bit bad and didn't want to play anymore.
If they felt a bit bad, they would do.
So yeah, I, uh, yeah, and then at halftime, it was looking like it was just in Argentina's hands, like no question. Sorry,
Yeah.
this cat in my room is just fucking flying around the room like a jet engine, like just tearing up the place. It's insane.
Every now and again, I just hear it go. Meow.
Oh really? That's funny.
It's trying to emulate Mbappe, bro.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's it, man. Mbappe looked like he was up to nothing in that game until those goals, basically. And so even
Pretty
this,
good time to turn it on.
absolutely. I mean, like I said, by that point they hadn't even had a shot on target, and Mbappe was probably having a terrible game. After the two goals, I think France made a sub at like 30 minutes.
I think it was about 40,
Yeah,
43 or something
before
like that.
before
Giroud,
halftime.
they made two subs.
Yeah, yeah. So Giroud and Dembele came off because Giroud wasn't really having a good time of it, and yeah, Dembele, I think, just lost total confidence after giving that penalty. So
Well, I think those two were guys who apparently had the flu.
oh no,
So
I heard that Giroud had an injury. He was a doubt to start because he picked up an injury in the last game, and it was supposed to
yeah,
be Thuram, but then I think they rushed him back. So I don't know if he had the flu as well, but I know he had an injury.
yeah, that kind of stunk to me. Do you remember when Atletico Madrid played Real Madrid in the Champions League final, and they brought back Diego Costa,
Mm.
and he lasted about 25 minutes. He just
Yeah,
couldn't handle it
because he was rushed back. Yeah.
because he was rushed back. Yeah, and it's just like, just put faith in your squad.
Mm.
You've picked these guys, and fair enough. Like, I understand someone like I think it was is it Moani, Kolo Moani, who came on for
Yep.
Giroud. Um, not the first pick, probably about the fifth pick striker at this point, but he's in your squad. Show some faith.
Well, he came on in the last game and scored. So that was his first appearance for France.
After 45 seconds.
Yeah, exactly. So, I don't know too much about him, but that's a very good way to introduce yourself, I suppose. And
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, he nearly scores at the end of extra time as well. That would have
Oh
changed.
my god. Just imagine that.
Yeah, yeah, dude. It would have been like the Goetze story, But but anyway, they do these crazy subs, and I'm like, oh, that's kind of weird. It was kind of looked panicky, and but it wasn't even until they made their next subs that it really changed, because halftime happened, and then even then I would have said that Argentina was still certainly on the front foot for the second half until it sort of all changed.
It was weird. Who'd they bring off Griezmann for? Who came on for Griezmann? Do you remember?
Oh, who was it? It was it'll come back to me.
Might have to have a quick look. Because in my opinion, Griezmann's basically been, I'm tempted to even say the best player of the tournament, but that's you know, just me being contrarian, to be honest. But he's certainly been one of France's best players, and suddenly they come to life when he goes off the pitch. It was weird.
No, it was more. It was I think it was more the goals. They did change their formation. They changed to three at the back, and they took off. They also took off Theo Hernandez, which was so weird to me because he's another player that was actually the biggest threat. So it was strange. I don't know. When I first saw the tactic change, I was like, "This is so weird. I don't understand what's going on." So it was Kingsley Coman. that came on.
Kingsley Coman.
So at the same time, it was another double sub, right? So at the same
Yeah.
time, they took Griezmann off, put Coman on, and then brought on Camavinga for Theo Hernandez. So they changed to 3 at the back. So because
I don't think Camavinga did too badly at left back though. Like he looked to struggle in the what was it? Was it Tunisia?
Hmm.
Did he play left back against Tunisia? I think.
I'm not sure if he did.
But this game he did okay.
Well, again, like I know it sort of says he played left back, but he didn't really. The way it looked to me was more like they played like that. He was like a left mid. So they because Koundé was playing right back, but he's a centre back, you know. So it became the back 3 of Upamecano, Varane, and Koundé. And then they just so it was like a 3. It was like a 3-3-4. So like no
incredible.
No fullbacks at all, and it was like so yeah. Then the midfielders just played a bit wider, and then you've got Mbappe, Thuram, and Coman, and Kolo Muani up front, which is just insane. So yeah, but they had to. I mean, you had to bring on more attackers in a scenario like that.
Yeah, for sure.
And then they did. Well, yeah. So not long.
It was mad. Like it's when you're playing Football Manager and you're 2 goals down and you just go, "Fuck it, I'll bring on 3 strikers," and they did it and it worked.
Yeah. Well, like I said too, I think the issue for Argentina was doing surely someone in their staff plays Football Manager. Don't they know you never ever make a defensive sub? You can't bring on a defender for an attacker when you're winning. It's just bad football. And they did that.
Yeah.
They took off Di Maria, who was bossing that game, and they brought on Acuna, and they played 2 left backs. Also, they had Tagliafico and Acuna on the left side.
Yeah.
And that just changed things. And then France did a big tactic change, and then the fullbacks wouldn't you didn't need 2 fullbacks because they didn't have any. They were playing in the middle, you know. They were playing
fullbacks. Where we're going, we don't need fullbacks.
Yeah. So and then that's ultimately what ultimately led to France scoring was Otamendi for no reason doing an Otamendi.
Nicolas Otamendi.
Yeah, and I wish they had I was watching the game and messaging a friend of mine at the same time, and I was about to message him like, "Oh, I said to him like, I don't like this sub. I don't like the Acuna for Di Maria sub. That was a bad move." I was like, I honestly said like they should take off Otamendi and bring on Lisandro Martinez, and then bring on I can't even what I said. I said and then bring on another midfielder because France have way more people in the middle. So that was So bring on Paredes, who did eventually come on. But basically then Otamendi gives this penalty, which Mbappe nails. And then
he hit that so hard. But all of his penalties, he basically did the same penalty 3 times, and despite going the same way and the right way, I think twice, Martinez couldn't get near it. I know he touched it, but he actually couldn't get near to stopping it.
That's probably the one he got closest to as well of the 3 in this game.
I think he puts his fingertip on it.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, and so that's pretty crazy. And then not even a minute later, he puts in another one. So it was 2 goals in 90 seconds. So Mbappe scores the leveler in the 81st minute from a great sort of counter-attacking move, and Thuram setting up a good goal there.
Well, ironically, their second goal looked quite a lot like Argentina's second. You can call that ironic if you want, but it like similar sort of quick passing move and then a pass over the top and bang.
Well, the finish is a bit different because Di Maria ran towards the keeper and chipped it over him, and then Mbappe just did this insane finish across goal. That was which was awesome.
Oh my goodness! The moment the ball goes over to him, I'm like, either he scores or France lose,
Mm-hmm.
and he's going to score.
Of course. And so at this point, I was like disbelief. Like 2 goals in 90 seconds. I was like, oh, of course. This is so typical. We're playing Football Manager now, are we? And
yeah, we definitely are.
And so then, France.
This World Cup is taken entirely inside a simulation.
Mm-hmm. And then so France are then just going hundies. They're suddenly inspired now. They've lost all their flu symptoms, so-called flu symptoms, and they're actually playing like a team that's inspired now. So inspired to have a draw, and then but it does full-time ends. Argentina barely hanging on, to be honest. They looked pretty stunned, pretty shocked after those 2 goals, and could have lost it, but they managed to scrape through. And then one thing to note here is that Olivier Giroud managed to get himself a card in the 95th minute, 90 plus 5. But of course, but he wasn't on the pitch, was he?
Yeah, look, I love that. I will always side with the player who doesn't get booked, who gets booked despite not being on the pitch.
Yeah. So he said some fun words to the referees, and got himself a card.
Some spicy French words.
But so then the extra time that begins. So what happens. It's going to be another 30 minutes, 15 minutes each way. You know what extra time is, right?
Yeah, I've heard of it.
Yeah, cool. So they're going to play some extra time, and I think there's only one sub. So Montiel subs on for Argentina in this time, which was,
what
remember that?
what a little time he had of himself.
Yeah. Well, just remember that. That'll come back later. It's a setup.
If the highlights, on the BBC, they would show him coming on, but no one else, and it would be like, just keep an eye on this one. Just look at him. Remember him.
And so, so you actually get an extra sub as well, by the way. So you get 6 subs. So I think because France make their 5th sub in the 96th minute, Fofana comes on for Rabiot, who I thought was playing pretty bad. And so again, I think from what I remember, it was starting to look more Argentina's way anyway, in my opinion, after they came back for extra time. And
I thought that too.
Thought they had it in the bag, and even more so when Messi scored his goal, which was like barely over the line.
What a goal!
What a goal! I know.
Barely over